scary Microloc and Microloc extension nightmares that I want y'all to avoid that I've had to clean up. Okay, when you see Microloc extensions started with two-strand twist, human hair or synthetic, or when you see Microloc extensions started with braids, there are a lot of things that could potentially happen. So let's take a look at some of the repair I've had to do. Okay, let's get into this. This person has received someone's a version of Microloc extensions or extensions. As you can see, her hair has evolved in a way that is not consistent with those extensions. It's also been a long time for her repair, but they literally were falling out. In addition to some thinning that you see here at the top of her head, her locks were not attached securely, so they were complete. Like I run my fingers through just mildly and they would fall out. See how thin they are at the very end and how her hair is swelling and expanding? It does not match that. While I combed my fingers through, I pulled out 4 locks unintentionally. So we're going to focus on this area right here first. I attached that first lock there, you can see. The one next to it is weak, but let's look at this lock that I just attached and the difference between what she had. So it mimics her hair, it mimics her hair texture and what her hair lock size would swell to naturally. This one is hanging by a thread, and that's how most of the locks were. And now I've done a few in that area, and now you can see the difference in that area. So we have a big project ahead of us. I have to add new extensions, create new extensions. Okay, here's a proper Microloc extension install for long-term results. They look like a finished lock. They resembled a matured finished lock from the start, blends in with the client's new growth. She did opt in for color, which is also a great option you can do without impacting your natural hair. But you want to make them strong. You want to make them look realistic so that as it grows, it looks just the same. You have a lot of flexibility and creativity when you do it this way. So you can mimic 100% what her own natural hair would do. And that's another set with just one color, very natural looking. What has your experience been?
So my experience has been a roller coaster. It's been challenging, to say the least.
So what problems or challenges did you encounter in your experiences with your hair and your service providers?
So the challenge was that they not being on the same page as me. I didn't know anything about Microloc mastery at this point. So all I know was I wanted small locks. I didn't want those big locks. The individual that I found that said they did Microlocs ended up giving me braid locks, which was not what I was looking for. I told her that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, I went to a consultation with her. I told her what I wanted. And on the day of the install, it was something completely different. And she used the same, phrase like, oh yeah, trust the process and everything. It was not what I wanted it to be. We did a consultation, picked out a size, what we wanted and everything. And then day of the install, it was a completely different thing that was put into my hair. Size was not the same. She did say that this is what she does. She does Microlocs, and this is in fact, I told her, she just said, trust the process, it's gonna grow into it, it's going to bud. I just knew from the day of install, that's not what I wanted. When I came home, I immediately told her, and can we fix it? And then she said, no, we just gotta give it time. I came home, I took pictures, so I was like, no, this is not the size I want, can we fix it? And mind you, this is just braids. And then she used a crochet hook to just do one hook there, just give it time to do this thing. That was her explanation.
I've never heard of anyone professionally doing that. I'm learning that people are doing these things. So that's interesting that you said that, because that's not something that was done before. So I'm not sure where that technique came from. So when did you start realizing that it not only was it not what you wanted, but that it probably wasn't done correctly?
The very instant when it was done, and as soon as it was done, it was styled. I came home, I looked at my back, I took pictures, and I immediately saw that it's not the size I wanted. And I emailed her right away. to let her know that's not the size I wanted. That's not what's what agreed upon, and everything. And then she said, just give it time. But then I realized that I couldn't keep spending money on something I didn't like, because when I went back to her, she was still charging me for Microloc an egregious amount of what she was claiming to be something that it wasn't. And so I ended up taking it out because it was just great. And then when I would go back to do a retightening, and then she was like, yeah, it's gonna lock. At this point, I didn't really know a whole lot about, interlocking. I'm not, I do hair. I'm not a professional braider, but I've been doing my hair for a long time. So I know that it's not what I wanted from the beginning. And I think that for some part of me just wanted to just give it the benefit of the doubt to see if it would turn out. But as time went on, I just realized I didn't like it.
There's just several things that problems that I think you now know, right? Going in, first of all, the foundation wasn't done in any professional way. It was something that it sounded like someone made up, probably to make it easier for them without having to get a real official training. I know you've learned something about that.
Yes, because I've done myself. I knew that in the end it's going to create a split in my hair. Mm-hmm. That's how I know that I can't keep doing that. That's not what I want. I can't keep investing in it because it's not going to change.